Okay, there we go. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness. It is Thursday and I'm amazingly enough on at 9 and I'm mostly prepared. Good morning. We're going to hit 10% on Divine Instinct today. That is why we're doing Divine Instinct today. Is I'm at 9.92% and I'm on vacation for the next 2 weeks from stream. And I want to hit 10% with everybody today. So, that's what we're doing. Oh, and I'm also testing out I got a heated blanket shawl thing that's smaller than my animals and it's or my critter blankets, and it's also less brightly colored, so I'm oh, I did. Yeah, it got shifted. 1 second. Thank you. There. Sometimes that happens where you click one thing and then you end up the background's gonna get changed anyway over the course of the next 2 weeks. Ugh. I've also moved. Yeah, and SE Live had an update too, so and unlike all the cool kids, I don't live on you would think I would, but I actually do not spend a whole lot of time on my computer. Um I spend time on my computer while I'm doing stuff. Oh, that's not fun. Like I was talking about my blanket thingy here. It's heated so that I can, and it's small so I can put it in like my backpack or actually I think it could probably fit in my purse and have a heated blanket wherever I need to be. But today is the day of testing it out because I only got it yesterday, and yesterday was just so. I am messy, but I'm clean at the same time. And I know all of you guys understand what I'm talking about. The house looks like a tornado went through it, but the house at the same time is very clean. But I can't sit still unless the area I am in is at least relatively clean. So for example, behind me, my flat crafting surface is a hot mess. I won't be able to relax or sit still if I want to sit in here until that area is at least cleaned. So I don't sit still a lot because there's always something to do. Because I have a lot of trauma with cleanliness. And this is actually, funny enough, this is actually the trauma that I don't consider trauma because it's a lot less than my deep dark trauma. Like, I know that there are people these days that be like, oh my goodness, that was abuse. I'm like, dudes, my good dudes. The cleanliness and needing to have everything spotless, it doesn't even scuff the surface. But I have to accept what it is. It is in fact a result of trauma as a child. But it's the same reason that when my sugar gets low, I get food aggressive, is because I have a lot more food issues than I do trauma, like or clean issues. And oh my goodness. So I was very busy yesterday because it was my day off. My schedule's starting to even out again, so I know my days off. It's nice. that being said, uh, I was busy yesterday because I finally had opportunity. I bought the parts a couple weeks ago. Had the opportunity to fix the diverter valve on the shower. Um, and up until yesterday, I didn't know how a tub spout worked. Everyone who's like, "Oh, you do so much with your house," I'm like, "Thanks, YouTube." Um, because I had no fucking clue how to change a tub spout. None. It's actually really easy. So I put in a new diverter. But in order to put in the new diverter, I had to clean the tub because the tub was kind of gross. And in order to clean the tub, I also had to clean the shower curtains. So after I got all the bedding washed yesterday, yeah, I washed all the bedding, and in the winter in Maine, there's a lot of blankets. So I got all that done. Then I cooked dinner. Then I ran the dishwasher. I had husband creature set up mouse traps because I shake too much to have the trap set up. And so I emptied the mouse traps today. But yeah, I had a day off yesterday, and I managed to stay pretty busy. I had therapy, which was good. I made the mistake of going to Walmart even at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday. Walmart is hell this time of year. Mostly because where I live, and I can't escape all the evil. I can't. Like I have to pick the evil that's less evil than the other evil. So I had to go to Walmart, and I traversed that, and then yes. Oh, the feels. Growing up, my room was never dirty. Messy and disorganized, yes. But I make sure that there's no food debris left over. It's dust and disorganization is my messy. Like, my house is not dirty. My house smells like dog because my dogs are assholes. Yes. And what I'm about to utter stays between you, me, and the internet, everybody. So I'm trying to get over it, but husband creature said he's embarrassed to invite people here because of how the house looks. Now, we had a conversation about this. Husband creature and I have worked this out, and I do understand. But I'm still trying to heal, so I try not to fixate on it. He is ashamed because we have outside of the house work going on that's ridiculously expensive, so we have to do it in stages. He's ashamed because we have that going on. He doesn't want people coming to the house, like his friends and whatnot. And I looked at him and I went, you know how that makes me feel, right? Because I want to get the outside of the house stuff done. I don't have the spoons, the energy, or the money to do all of this. So I was like, well, you need to get over that, because the outside of the house doesn't bother me. The inside of the house is where my trauma lies. And he's like, well, I'm trying to get over it. You know, appearances or everything like that. I'm like, dude, you can't even mow the lawn. But it didn't help when I found out. It kind of like slid me back 5 years. Because I thought he was talking about how the house isn't clean on the inside. That he doesn't want to have people over because it's dusty and dirty and whatnot. So, yeah. And mind you, I don't share any issues that I haven't worked out with Husband Creature on stream. So I'm not starting any shit. He already knows. We already had this conversation. But, I mean, with my schedule being wonky for the past month. Whew, okay, well. I'm gonna give this this blanket thing an A++ for its heating. An A++++++. Kind of like our economy here in the United States. Though I gotta say, the blanket is not from the United States. And I am feeling it does not have a battery pack, but I have plenty of battery packs. Okay, it does have a zipper. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I thought it was more like a shawl, like my this was more like a shawl, like my critter blankets. And then when I looked at it and it was just flat, I was gonna write a bad review. I'm like, this is just a blanket. I ordered something that would stay on me with no hands. And then I looked at it a little closer and I found that it had a zipper. But so yesterday was my work's Yankee Swap holiday party kind of thing. Now, everybody I work with knows I have celiac disease. Everybody I work with knows I can't have certain things. I could eat 3 things. I could eat 3 things at this party. Now, I don't ask people to accommodate me when I go to these things. That's why I only pick one. I only pick one holiday party to go to, because holiday events are very triggering for my food issues. See, I did have a path where I was going. It is very, very difficult for someone who already has food trauma to have diseases that are related to food. And then have people asking you left, right, and sideways, oh, well, have you tried this? Why aren't you eating that? And then on the other side with the diabetes, why are you eating that? Should you really be eating that? Are you going to be okay if you eat that? I pick one holiday party to go to. And I'm half kidding, but I'm not kidding when I say, if you see me at your holiday party, you've been the one that I picked that year. I pick one because it is so traumatic for me to have to go and answer questions and be like, no, I can't have that. And then have to explain why 50 billion times. I have a lot of food trauma and I don't like explaining it a lot. So I went to my work holiday party and it was a Yankee Swap. I brought like a hot cocoa kit, some coffee syrups, and some chocolate and some good stuff. That was my Yankee Swap gift. Now, mind you, I was one of the last ones. There were 9. I think there were 9 people, and I was 7. So I go over to the pile of presents, and I see that there is one shaped like a dustpan, and I legit, in my autistic ass brain, went, "Hey, I could use another dustpan. I don't care if someone's cheaping out, because the limit was like $20, and it was a big dustpan. So I'm like, I'm function. Like, if you want to get me a present, I have the list of shiny presents that would make me happy. But at the same time, I like functional gifts, because I impulse buy the things that I want. Mine now. So, like the functional gifts that I really enjoy. So I pick up the thing shaped like a dustpan and I go, oh, a dustpan. And I was legitimately upset when it was a gift card. Like it was just a cardboard shape, and it was a gift card to a restaurant. And it was a restaurant that had really good salads. And then someone traded me for a restaurant traded me to Buffalo Wild Wings. Now, mind you, there's a few things I can have on Buffalo Wild Wings menu. Not a lot. And I just was like, at least I got a cardboard dustpan. It all tied together, friends. Cleaning, food, and trauma. So we are finishing up the color 3842. We should have that done. Have it done pretty soon. It's. But then we're going on to my arch nemesis 939, because that's how we're gonna hit 10% today. But having it be having 939 be a block color, it'll come fast. The 10% will be in the stratosphere very fast. And tomorrow's going to be a 10 to noon. I have to work, and we're gonna have call dance up. And Friday is the last day I will be on this version of stream until the new year. I'll be back January 5th. And hopefully with some upgrades, some gear flippity switches. I'll also be working on upgrading the Discord. So if you guys want to DM me, like bots you want in the server, bots that I don't think I should have in the server, that kind of thing, I'm working on Discord as well. I do try to keep up on maintenance and fun stuff like that. So, and that's what I do when I have the I have no problems with like computer and technology maintenance. But yeah, I've gotten a little behind on technology maintenance, so I gotta sit down and focus on that. And I also gotta fight the holidays. So it is supposed to typhoon here tomorrow. It's gonna be in the 50s, and it's gonna rain. And then it's gonna get cold. It's gonna warm up enough for it to rain and get everything wet, and then freeze. Ah, the meds are starting to touch down. It's a nice feeling. It makes my inside scribble a little less, like the giant angry scribble that you see like in comic books and whatnot. When my meds start to touch down, it becomes a smaller angry scribble. Mhm. I called everybody out. They all left me alone. Mhm. Mhm. Hmm. I have 11 lines left of the color. And this is where I'm gonna. So I left one at a half, um, because this section goes all the way down, and there's a whole nother section that goes all the way down in the other direction. So I'm gonna finish up one half and then start again on the other. Mhm. Mhm. I might actually. Mm, I might have enough. I'm kind of being super hopeful when I say that because, and I have. I'm honestly, I'm hoping that I use up enough to not have to tag the top. So when I have leftover string, all of my bobbins have little holes at the top, and I put the lengths that I've cut in that area. And I love it when I don't have anything to put in there after I'm done a color on a page, because they're kind of a pain in the ass to have to wind up around the bobbin and just take care of. Oh my goodness. And I do plan on taking breaks like 10, 10:30. Taking a break 10, 10:30, somewhere in that ballpark. Just because, as funny as it sounds, starting that hour early is it I have a couple of things that I generally do before I hop on at 10 that I still have to do even if I'm on stream. I did not have enough to make it all the way down, but I have enough string. To be fair, I have more than enough string. I don't want to do 939, but it's the only way I'm going to hit 10%. Kind of like when on Buffalo Woman, I had to do almost an entire page of filament. I was like, no, I don't want to. I have no regrets that I did, but I didn't want to at the time. Oh my holy Hannah. I have enough being a brat. I can't see it, so I'm gonna continue to be a brat. There we go. Not quite sure how I undid the knot. Hello, Spoopy. Maybe I was wrong. I thought I cleared the knot out. I think I just hit it a little better. You are up much earlier than normal, because I'm generally not even on. Oh. Nothing like me to start your day. Do, do, do. It was the call. Um, I actually was up at like 3:15 this morning, because Pixie and all of her, and I'm starting to think it's because the mouse traps got set off. But at 3:15, Pixie decides that she's gonna lose her shit all over the house, and she's not a quiet dog. Um, so 3:15, she just starts barking. To be fair, there was also a person outside. They weren't doing anything, they were just walking down the road, but there was a person outside, so she was technically doing her job. But, ugh. I woke up when husband creature got up out of bed, and then I fell back asleep, and I didn't realize I fell back asleep, so I woke up in a panic. And it was only like 7:30 in the morning. Oh, we have crying. Okay. We're gonna tackle the last part of this color, so we can start on the color that will fill in most of this white space and make me cry all at the same time. And after stream today, I will be working on my snowman. I almost said my skeleton because Spoopy is right there. But I got all the circles done, and I have all but one of the carrot noses all done. So today I'll be working on buttons, eyes, eyebrows, stuff like that. And they all work up really, really fast. Like, I got 4 noses done in like half an hour. It's just having to move between them that is the frustrating bit. So I'm gonna get what I can done while it's still on my computer screen, and then I'll print up the rest before I go to work. Because I am genuinely hoping to have the snowman all ready to go out for a prize on Friday, so I can. But I don't think the activities director is in again till Monday, so I might have the grace of those few days to, because I have this weekend off. So I have this area that's way down at the bottom of the screen. Let's see if I can have this area left in the 3842. I love getting the small color finishes. I truly am dreading 939 though. Even though in my brain, I know that it's gonna be awesome. Oh, I got ahead of myself. I'm like, what's going on here? I got ahead of myself. And any of my Discord peeps who are kind of paying attention, one of the things I want to do over the course of the next 2 weeks is have like have a section of Discord that like much like Squirrel Station, where you hit the things and it only opens up certain areas of the server. I kind of want to do that so people who are genuinely like, I know that there are people on the server who are just there for the sake of being on the server. There's nosy bitches and they want to know what's going on. I'm not dumb to these things. Anyone who thinks I don't know what's going on, I do pay very close attention to a lot of things. I don't know everything, but I pay attention. I'm a nosy bitch on some other servers. It's okay. We're all nosy bitches. It's okay. But I want to like be able to section it off so people who are interested in what's going on my Facebook page or like the business end of my things, because, well, yes, this stream is fantastic. My cross stitch, I show off what I have going on in the background. One of my things that I'm working on for 2026 is to be more confident about boosting my business, because I would like to at least have it sustain itself better in 2026. This year was really, really good. I got my name out there. I met a lot of people. I did a lot of fantastic networking. But I need to be okay with being like, hey, I made this. This is awesome. You want this? This is how much it's going to cost. I need to get more comfortable with that. So I want to like quadrant off parts of the server so that people who are like, oh, hey, I saw you on Facebook, and they only see like the business aspect of it if that's all they want to know about. That's one of the things that I want to set up, that I want to do, because I don't want to, and this is where I get muckety muck. I don't want to offend people who are in just to see what I'm doing, to talk about their crafting, because I genuinely like seeing what other people have going on for crafts. I understand if people are like, fuck raw. I don't want to hear about I don't want to hear about it. Even if I do on the server, Kelpie. I don't want to stomp on toes. I didn't think I was going to like this blanket because it wasn't quite as fluffy as all the other blankets. I am finding myself very much enjoying it. The inside is very soft. The outside is looks like it's a water wicket. It looks like it's kind of waterproof, but the inside is nice and soft. I can already tell you the zipper is shit though, because I appreciate the cost of the things I get off of Temu. Some of the things are really, really awesome, and they, no matter what I paid for them, what I was getting was what I was going to get no matter what I paid for it. And there are other things, and maybe it's just because I have more experience in the sewing world, in the fabric and textile world, that I know when someone's not getting paid to do what they do a good job. They're just getting paid to get it done. And I have nothing work conditions over like I would much rather buy local when I can afford it. Local is very expensive and I respect that. Um but buying this relatively inexpensive and just replacing a zipper is a learning experience for me. I also have educational things that I want to get done in 2026 too. I have 2 or 3 more certificate programs that I'm like halfway done that I need to get finished. I have a couple of specializations in the cybersecurity that I'm working on, and my big goal for 2026 is to give me a job that doesn't have me working the weekends. It's so quiet. Okay. Had to be creative. I apparently foobarred somewhere, and luckily, luckily, I'm good at replicating. You're fine, Pix. Pixie says hello. Girl, you are. I'm kind of pain in the ass because I don't get full night's sleep with you. I got to. I know it's a nerd thing to talk about, but welcome to my stream. Welcome to the stream. I was able to do my bedding for the first time in my new washer dryer set, and A, I got it done a lot faster than I thought I would, and B, it worked. I got a lot of dog hair out of all the bedding and whatnot. So it was nice. It was nice to have nice clean sheets. And a nice clean tub with a new water diverter. But yeah, don't be scared of plumbing. I mean, not all plumbing. Like, I'm still kind of leery, like hairy eyeball for like working with the toilet or anything like that. But like drains, at least the drains in my house. The drains in my house are pretty clean. Are some of them a little yucky? Absolutely. The one that I'm gonna have to really work on, because it's right now it's cast iron, and while there's nothing wrong with it, cast iron does have a shelf life. But it's the toilet drain. Like, I'm the kind of person who I will flush that toilet like 500 times, and I'll put all the cleaners down it before I start taking it apart, kind of deals. Okie doke, we are done. The color 3842 on this page. We are going into, I'd love to say the danger zone, but we're going to go into 939, and we are at 9.95%. So we will be hitting 10% today, absolutely. 3842. Here's my nemesis. 939. This is where we're gonna be. This is the hell we're gonna be in for a good long time, my friends. I'm gonna turn it into 939 instead of dun dun dun. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start off easy. Gonna start off filling in. Start off filling in all these motherfucking dots here. But please hold. I have to load my needle up. Mhm. Okay. Starting off, filling in all these little white spots because it will make me feel better. Actually, it's close to 10 a.m. I am gonna go do a couple things. I will be right back. And yeah, yeah, I'll be right back. Okie doke. Sorry for that break. The dogs need to be let out around 10, or else or just before 10, or else they ruin the end of my stream. Because I log off and I have to clean up dog. So I've just found it easier to cave and let them out before 10. Whew. I have to clean my flat space so that I can wrap gifts this weekend. Oh my goodness. Hello, Symbiote. I am making it. Let me pull up my screen here. Oh, I don't have it pulled up. It is a Heaven and Earth design. It is called Divine Instinct. If I could, okay. Let me. If you look behind the chat, that's what it looks like. All done. I'm currently in between the tippy tops of the ears. I'm on the first row. I'm on the up. This is, I just got back from break, so I was just kind of, let's see if I can zoom it out a little bit. You guys don't need to look at me. So this is the tippy top of the first ear, and I'm working on the up and up of the second ear. I'm almost at 10%. That's actually what I'm going to hit today. Is 10%. Let me put all my things back to where I can see them. This one is I'd say 2.5, 3 feet across, and I want to say 3.5 feet tall. It will take me several years, and I love every moment of doing it. But I encourage people while they're watching me therapeutically stab things to chit chat, work on your own crafting. This is my long day. I'm here. It is 18 count. Oh God. If it were, because the Heaven and Earth, they generally say do I want to say 22 count linen, and my eyesight is kind of shitty, so 18. I need the light of gods and a magnifying glass. I prefer, my eyes prefer 14. My artistic perfectionist prefers linen, so we compromise at 18. I love, well, and with the size of Heaven and Earth, getting the cloth is really, really, I don't want to say difficult, because once you find the suppliers, it's really easy to get, but it's the act of finding the suppliers and yeah. So I think this thing would be double, close to double the size on a 14. I love the name also. Yeah, we're working. So I have a tendency to pick kits with one color that is just like overwhelming. And this particular pattern's overwhelming color is 939, which is a dark, dark, dark blue. And I just started that because that's the color I need to do in order to hit my 10% today. So I'm gonna hit the 10%. I'm gonna do it. Mhm. I like I have a love-hate relationship with the block colors because I love it because I can turn my brain off. I can set my first couple of marking points, like I do the first row and I hit the 10, and then I go down 10, and then I don't have to think about it until I'm at the bottom. Not so much the first couple of rows on this color, because over here there's like stars and flecks of color, much like right here. So I kind of have to pay attention a little bit. I love the art of Michelle. Oh, hey, look, it's me. Um, Raven. Raven. Let's see. If my, let's see, on this one, she seriously. Yeah. The artist Raven Phelan. She also goes by Michelle Phelan. Her art is fantastic and wonderful, and I have more of her heaven and earth designs than unless I become independently wealthy, or someone pays me to do them, than I will ever get done in my lifetime. Won't stop me from getting them though. I only have those couple in the middle of nowhere over here. Incoming ad break in a minute. Mm-hmm. There we go. Well, now that we've filled in the random blank spots. time to start. This column here. Oh, there we go. Mhm. Okay. I thought I had more. Okay, I do have more free. I'm like, I pulled a whole hunk of string off. Okay. Time to hunker on down to the column. Now, much like all the other block colors, I'm doing the columns of 10. We're gonna get our stitch count up there today at least. Oh. I'm just trying to make a mental note where the 10 ends out. So we're starting over here, and we're gonna work our way down. Ad break gave me a little bit of time to get the needle all loaded up. And I gotta say, for not having any armholes, this shawl is actually really holding up nicely. I went outside, so of course I came back in and I had to play with the heating function again because I got cold. It's not warm out there just yet. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 50 degrees and balmy, which I don't. Yeah. Not a huge fan. Like, it's winter, let it be cold. Well, on the 21st, it will be winter, let it be cold. But after the 21st, after the equinox, no, solstice, shortest day of the year. After that, our days start getting longer again. Solstice is in the equinox is in the spring and fall. I do have the 21st off. I could actually participate in something that whilst I bitch about it, I do genuinely want to help. It's the longest night. It's a walk for homelessness. And like trying to fight homelessness and solutions to make it so it's less, that kind of thing. Oops, that's not where I want to go. Yeah, once I get out of the mix area, I'll do my 10 block across and my 10 block down. Still within the 10 block. Mhm. 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 Even it out. Even out the color. Okay. So this line that I'm working on is the bottom of the first block of 10. Starts opening up after. Pig, you're fine. You're fine. Lay down. Okay, we're moving on to the block. Get my check mark. Have fun. Thank you for chatting. I'll be on tomorrow with another. Apparently my bots are on vacation today. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So I'm ending this string. I'm gonna go down. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because this is such a weird, awkward area, I'm going to do a 2 out. Generally, I only do the 1, but this part is weird. I mean that in the best way, but it's still weird. Those are not scissors. Oh, so you are you. So I've ordered a couple of shirts from the wide world of Temu. One of them um, is the dog mother instead of the dog father. I'm the dog mother. And another one is and of course I'll show them off to you guys when I get them. But it's a couple of, it looks like the Light Fury with some, it's green eyes, and it says, "This is my human costume. I'm really a dragon." And I don't suspect they're going to be high quality items. That's why I'm not over the moon. Like, oh my goodness, I'll get what I get. Was talking to someone about ordering clothes off the internet and how I'm very leery of it, because again, you even like Amazon or reputable places, you don't know what you're getting unless someone is like, will specifically be asking you for all of your measurements, and then I'll trust it. But at the same time, it's like you don't know what's gonna come in, how is it gonna fit, stuff like that. Like, I'm starting to learn how to take, I order big and take in, but I kind of want to invest in learning how to tailor clothes, even if it's just like all the things, making sure everybody stays on task. Once I get out of this sketchy, weird, having to pay attention bit, like once I'm established where my block is, I will be hitting 10% very soon. We're at 9.6 right now, and I think I think by the end of this block, the 10 that I'm working on will be at 10. Should Jules be eating the? Welcome to Dietary Issues Anonymous. Is it a milkshake? Oh, well, I mean, you could crush it up and. I love peppermint candy canes with real peppermint oil. Mhm. And actually, peppermint oil is really good for nausea, um, or if your sinuses are clogged. Mint oil is good if your sinuses are clogged, but peppermint oil and ginger are good if you have upset stomach. If you and I don't condone drinking, but this is just too funny not to share. Um, Dr. McGillicuddy's. If you have a cold and your nose is really blocked up, Dr. McGillicuddy's will clear everything up real fast. Uh, this color is a pain in my ass. So I was looking back at the beginning of the year, because on the 31st, I will be taking a picture of all the progress that I've done in the past year for these two projects to post them. And I'll also be trying to find pictures of all the things that I've all the cross stitches that I've finished. I don't think I did too many cross stitches this year. I did a whole lot of crochet though. And I don't think I can grab pictures of all the crochet I've gotten done this year. But I was looking back at January 1st and even though it doesn't feel like I've done a lot, we were I've started to see that, at least the past few weeks, just because my life is insane and I don't get a break. I've been preparing my work in progresses Tuesday right after stream, and then just scheduling them to post. Because I know I'm not going. As much as I say, "Oh hey, I'm going to work on this all after I turn off stream," unless I specifically don't have anything to do, I work on other projects. Like after stream today, I'm going to work on my snowman. I would like to get a large portion of his accoutrements done. But just looking from the beginning of January, like at the start of January, we had 2.24% of Divine Instinct done. And Spoopy, it is what? 8 a.m., 7:30 there. You do what you need to do, boo. Only reason I'm up at 7:30 in the morning is because I have the idiots. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm almost out of the woods where I can see specifically where my 10 line is. just so you guys know, next year it'll be a week on each project. So um, I'm gonna, because sometimes my streaming, sometimes I feel like I'm leaving one behind, because to be fair, I am. But I wanna not have to swap out, and I can focus on one for a week, the other for a week, and in theory, make more progress. So starting next year, it'll be Divine Instinct and Call Dance. They'll each get their own. They'll each get a week. Oh my goodness. Mhm. And I did put in my registration, because I have that weekend off. I put in for the first craft fair of 2026 is March 14th. It's the project graduation for Bangor High School. Um, it's, honestly, that's the first one that I did, first craft fair that I did on my own, and no matter what I make, like, they're getting better about telling us about how big our spots are. Um, so I'm getting better about what to pack. I might try to hit up a Valentine's Day one, depending. Like, I'm getting a little bit more fussy with my venues. Oh, and I did that one too. Yay, I have my clear spots. Bird pecking at my house. Everybody likes sleep. I think everybody comes to visit me so they can sleep. Listen to the sound of the ocean. Though I did specify my ASMR is visual. I'm gonna make that very clear. It's visual ASMR. The woodpecker did not like where it was previously pecking, so now it is up on my floor in a corner that I currently can't reach. Outside, of course. But I have like a broom handle I can hit the wall. Not so much with this. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, taking bets because I have a few lines left and I haven't hit the check mark. I think I will be at 10% after I'm done this block. I have 28 in the line that I'm closing out, so 38 stitches left. If not, I will be bleeding close. So yes or no, you think I'm gonna, when I hit the check mark after doing these 38 stitches? Because I'm at 9.96 right now. Oh, I only go out to the 2. And okay, so the entire project is 286,200 stitches. I'm at 28,553. So, and I have 38 left. It's a block of 100, but it's in actuality 1, 2. Let's see, that's 4, 6. 92 stitches is what I'm going to add when I hit the check mark. I mean, it's just past 10:30. Well, even if I don't hit 10%, I will hit 10% before noon today. This section only has one spot that I have to keep an eye out for. The next section of 10 has a smidge more. Not the Nerf gun. This actually can kind of hurt at close range. Oh, oh, yeah. Hit some buttons. I'm gonna highlight and hit some buttons and see where we're at. Ooh, oh, 10% on the nose. Woo woo. Now I gotta move my, now I gotta move my thing. Oh, I guess. Okay. Kind of funny. The end of this block is actually really easy to determine because one of the spots I had to look out for. Okay. 10%. Yeah, I'm super excited. Like that. Mind you, I had the whopping yearly goal of hitting 9.5, but hitting the 10 was nice. Okay, there. Now to cut a new piece of. I lost my scissors. I have to cut a new piece of string because we're gonna be on 939 for a hot second. When I come back from break, we'll still probably be on 939 because I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try real hard to at least do a couple hours, even though I'm not streaming. But I'm gonna try to focus on call dance to get a little bit more done on him. Because I have not even come close to the goal I set for him, which is 5%. We're only at 4.5. And while you're like, oh, hey, a percentage for him is 4,000 stitches. And a percentage for Divine Instinct is only 2,000 stitches. So, call dance takes twice the amount of work because he's a giant dick. Oh, wait, he has a giant dick. That we still won't be seeing for years. But that's part of the reason, like I'm swapping the schedule and whatnot is hopefully evening out the hours in a week that they get worked on. So we can see some progress on call dance. I mean, we started the year off call dance at 1.92%, and he's now at 4.92%. So I'm not like sneezing or pointing my nose down at him, but I would like more progress. Mhm. Mhm. Just thinking of like all the cleaning and reorganizing I have to do. I know it's a weird thing to think about, but welcome to my brain. Because I have to take Zippy my wonder drill and blah 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 and a boring bit to hide some wires, or at least not make it, or at least make it so I'm not using as much wire to get to where I want to be. And also, it prepares me for when I go up a floor, so I can have hardwire internet up there. Oh, someone's on fire. Mhm. I love one of the things I do love about the block color is you can see, like, as I go down, you can see where I've made some progress. Whereas like sometimes like the smaller ear colors and whatnot, it's like, oh hey, I can kind of see where you've been. But with the block color, you can see you can see the very distinct line where I have been. Mhm. I've even gotten more than 200 stitches done today, which I haven't really exceeded 200 stitches a lot this past couple weeks. Mhm. Mhm. Doopy-doo. I know today that as long as I get what I'm working on done, I'll crack 300, which that makes me happy. Sometimes it's not about the stitch count, but at the same time, sometimes it is. Yes! I love that. So, the girl who was walking on her tippy toes, um, I know from having those kinds of shoes that they provide fantastic ankle support. So, as cool as it is, and the cinematography of it is amazing. With good ankle support and boots like that, that move is not that hard. Oh, I did like the shoes though. And contrary to popular belief, as much as I fall off the floor, I am amazing in heels, platforms. You can give me spike heels. Like, I am really good in walking on my toes. Oh yeah, those boots, like, and I mean, if they don't come with the ankle support you need, you can slide rods in there for the ankle support. That's what makes the toe work difficult, is the ankle support, because most toe shoes don't provide great ankle support, but punk boots do. I think it's called On Point. I don't know how the EN is pronounced in French. He would mind. If it weren't for the gutter, my mind would be homeless. Friends, family, mythical creatures. Husband creature is the size of a Samsung French door refrigerator. He's not quite as like deep. His depth is not as big as a Samsung refrigerator, but his height and width is about the same size as a French door refrigerator. Not a side by side; those are much narrower. We're talking the full size side by side. Now me, I learned this about myself yesterday. I'm not even 19 inches across. Because I was playing with the hoop that the bottom part of the snowman was stitched into last night. And it's a 19-inch hoop. I can put that hoop can go all the way around. Like, I have a diameter less than 19 inches. Yeah, a diameter. Yeah, but I have little dog syndrome, so I think I'm bigger than I am. And I also think dysmorphia doesn't help. Mhm. Mhm. I love not really having to pay attention. all all I have to pay attention to is the, at least in this area, the one spot that I don't need to fill in because I've already worked around it, at the very bottom. And then from after that spot all the way down, it's just blocking. It's just the 939 blocks. Mm. Yes, I am 5'6". Mhm. Woohoo, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. and I've already hit 10%. Before. I don't need to play thread chicken with every piece of string. The only thing I don't like about the little thingy that I'm wearing is there are no pockets. Like, I do think I'm going to, on the inside, sew on some inside pockets. It'll be my first experiment with sewing. Though, not really. Where are my scissors? There they are. For me, my dysmorphia comes from hearing that I was chubby all the time. Like, I look in a mirror and all I see is that I'm chubby. Now, I don't like looking in mirrors to begin with, so it's not a horrible problem. But every time I see a picture of myself, every time I do catch myself in the mirror, all I see is that I'm chubby. And there are mythical pictures that some people have seen that I'm not even sure that they're 100% paying attention right now. But when I first had my Discord server, there were a couple pictures I posted on there that were fan service, I guess would be the best way to describe it. I have a Princess Leia cosplay outfit. And I had some pictures of me in it, and I showed them off for a whole day and a half, and then they went away. No, my mom in terms of endearment used to call me her chubby little Puerto Rican princess. No one has cool, like, my chameleon is good. I have great chameleon. I was never really bullied at school. Someone tried once. And that one time, two times, people tried to bully me. Both times, I dropped mask and recamouflaged so fast that they were scared of me afterwards, and I never had to like after that event, they changed their attitude towards me. So I will regale you with the 2 times in high school that I was bullied. So once was in gym class. I still to this day am. I just pay for it later. I am very athletic. I love to run. I love to play sports. I love to climb. Like, the physical activity I love. I pay for it later so bad. At least now. Back in the day I did. So we were playing our assigned soccer in gym class, and some popular girls were picking on me. I don't even remember why, but I remember looking at one of them and going, at least my future doesn't include, would you like fries with that? And they left me alone after that. And the other time was from a co-worker at school. I worked at KFC. I was the dishwasher. And she came up to me because apparently I said something to one of her friends, and she got all butthurt about it. And I looked at her because she was shorter than me, which is a trick and a half. Well, not necessarily a trick and a half, but she was significantly shorter than me. And I looked down at her and I went, "You get one hit. After that, it's my turn. And I promise you, you won't get back up." And I was left alone after that. So I was never violent in high school. I was never mean in high school, but I didn't take no shit. And I think, and to this day, there's one that confuses me. So, and if someone knows what it means. At this point in time, it's been almost 30 years, so I'm fine if it was an insult. But there were some guys in my civics class, yes, I had civics, that would call me FUD. I come to understand that it means fucking ugly duck, and I'm not appearance based, so whatever. But I just kind of ignored that. But yeah, all 2 times I was bullied in high school. And or overtly threatened. Yeah. And I, because they thought it was funny and they weren't really, it was 3 of them. They all knew what and why. Because I'd never interacted with these guys before. I had a few classes with them, but I'd never interacted with them, so I didn't understand. So that's why they didn't really get any merit, is because I didn't care. I mean, this is 2000, or not even 2000, 1997? I don't know. Yeah, see, I never, like, encountered that. Like, even, I never encountered that in school. Like, my, I mean, I borderline teacher's pet, unintentionally. Honestly, I just like to learn. Like, I wasn't, like, I'm trying to think, like, there were some classes that I like, I'm sure I could have done better in my pre-cal trigonometry class, but because I was forced to take it, I couldn't graduate early because my dad wouldn't let me, because that class was the one that I was forced to take. I had more than enough credits to graduate. I had credits to graduate almost twice by the time I was in my senior year. And because my dad made me take that math class, I intentionally failed it. It didn't do anything to my anything because I didn't need it. But advanced math and I don't have a great relationship. A lot of it's because in school they require you to memorize stuff, and I wasn't all about that. And I wasn't confident to begin with, so that they can't take what you don't have. I was talking to my therapist about this week actually, is how where my parents weren't necessarily like they didn't put me down or anything like mm, um they didn't like be like you suck. Why you're a waste of space. They weren't anything like that. They just had such a high expectation for good grades and good behavior um that if I even messed up a little bit, like I was just so devastated. So it wasn't I didn't have the confidence to begin with because I was already awkward. Now I do. Now I have enough confidence to fake it till I make it. Okay. I just got another block done. Woohoo! I am on a roll. So I think in this next section that I'm going to do, I'm going to actually tackle 2 cubes. Let's see, how many? Yeah, I got 30 lines left. That is not gonna 300 stitches is not gonna happen today. I'll probably gonna cut out at like 11:30. Cause yeah, this is 300 stitches. This little space right here is 300 stitches. So and so my advice to people, which is some of the easiest, hardest advice to give / accept, is no one can make you feel anything. You take the choice. You make and take the choice. And none of us know this when we're teenagers. None of us know this when we're teenagers. Some of us don't learn and accept this till later on in life. I'm working on it. If I don't care about your opinion, why are you allowed to make me feel something? And I actively have to practice it. But if I don't care about someone's opinion of me, then they don't get to dictate how they can try to make me feel. They don't get input on how I'm feeling. And at the same time, if they start to make you angry, why are you allowing them that energy? That's why I tell people if you've gotten to the point where I want to retaliate, essentially, like if you've gotten to the point where I'm actually giving you the energy of anger, you done fucked up. Because giving someone emotion is kind of like giving them your time. I prefer to give my time as a beautiful gift to show my appreciation for people. If I don't appreciate a person, I'm not going to give them my time. I'm not going to give them rent in my brain. And I work very hard because it's not an easy task. It is an active task it's kind of like a firewall that is active all the time. As when a threat tries to ruin my peace, I toss it out. And I don't aim for a cruel and intentional way of keeping them out of my space. If it reaches that point, I have no problems in doing so. But that's not my main goal. So don't let someone else's storm cloud take away your shine. And And if someone is trying to take away your shine, you tell Auntie Ra, and I will make sure I will make sure that they rain on themselves. And, and get some rest, Jules. After I'm done this block of 100, I'm gonna call it a stream. So whenever I'm done this block, as long as it's before noon, after I'm done the stream. Because this will put me up over 400, which, yay! Because this is a solid block. I I I always have it in the front of my mind, and I think that's part of why I have such strong anxiety. Um, and I also think it's because of my mother. Um, I am always taking the thoughts and feelings of the person I'm interacting with first. Um, when I start an interaction, and I don't generally broadcast this because I personally think it's abundantly clear. But I I have whoever I am interacting with, I have their thoughts and feelings first on my list of how to deal with and handle. Um, my processing is slow, so I don't my feelings unless it's like one of my morals. My feelings, I don't have the opportunity to process instantly, like, and I don't. Like, I intentionally, when interacting with other people, I put a pause on my feelings so I can stop, think, and react appropriately. Even if it's a bad interaction, if someone outright like insults me, which is I've had happen before, um, I'll do something, well, that's rude, or something to that effect, and then I'll sit back and I'll process. Um, and if that sounds exhausting to you, it is. That's part of the reason I'm not highly social. Is I go into every interaction prepared to mitigate, prepared to deflect, prepared to work down. It comes in real handy with people with dementia. But it's exhausting. I fall off the earth. I don't even need help. I can be standing perfectly still, and then I fall over. Like, if it's a physical threat, I react quickly. I stand by my everybody gets one. You get one shot. If I'm not expecting it, make it a good one. But if I'm expecting it, good luck hitting me. I've had circumstances where I've dodged something that I didn't know was coming because that's how fast my that's how that's how deep the river runs. But due to healing and whatnot, that particular aspect has gotten a little slower, and I'm not upset about that. I mean, it's a neat skill to have, but it's not a healthy one. It's like, the love bat. And also, like, having worked in developmental disabilities with potentially violent people, like, I've really earned my dodge skill. No. See, this is where I'm cruel and unusual. Knocking people out, that's too kind. If I'm going to enact violence, again, you have to work up towards getting my ire. And quick reminder, Irish and Puerto Rican, you don't want it. I'll keep you awake. I got like a micro knot in my string that I can't get out. Gonna drive me bananas. Hmm. If it's not, she's somewhere. Mhm. Ah, emergencies happen. And I do see it's 11:30, but I said I'm going to get this block 100 done. Mostly because I don't want to like figure it out and have to highlight. I just like being able to press down and go hit all the squares in the box. So I'll do the 50 more stitches. You're stuck with me. Okay, so I've been wearing this blanket for 3 hours. Half of it on, half of it turned on, half of it off. It has a heater in it. I approve. It is the zipper. The zipper is. If I were angry at the zipper, it wouldn't last. But overall, nice heating. It's cozy on the inside. I do think I'm gonna Scotch guard the outside to make it waterproof. But overall, I like it. It is worth what I paid for it. But after I log off today, I'm gonna work on snowman parts. Take a short break, let the dogs out, pull some wood up from the basement. And then work on snowman parts. Because I'm bringing just black to work tonight to work on the eyes and the eyebrows and whatnot. So. It's hit and miss. Like sometimes I get some absolute shit off TV, and then I just fix it and make it better. But when I get something that works, now mind you, I do think I'm gonna probably use this at work. I'm gonna have it in my work bag instead of a overhead hoodie, because I need it at work after I'm done running around, because I've been running around. So once I stop, I get cold, and I don't need my hoodie per se. I just need something to rest on my shoulders and keep me warm, which is exactly what this does. And that's actually why I bought it, is to bring to work to I should have read just a smidge better though, because it did tell me that there was no battery pack with it. I'm like, oh, that sucks. But luckily, I have plenty of chargers, so I have plenty of battery packs. Mm-hmm. 3.5 lines to go. Then I'll give stats, and then I will peace out, Girl Scout. And honestly, after I log off, I'll put call dance up on the bars. So that I don't have to fight with it tomorrow. You're fine, Pig. You're fine. She's so abused. Pixie, I can cross stitch for another couple minutes and you'll be fine. Pig, you're fine. No, you're fine. Pixie, I have 19 more stitches. Lay down. I have a teenage girl lying behind me. I just got the oh sound, like, oh my god, Mom. So I just told her to lay down. No, that's not what I want. I have 19 stitches. Do I have enough strength? On this episode of String Chicken. Okay. Got it halfway. No. I legit don't think I have enough to make it back. Ugh. Not as far as I really want to play String Chicken. Let's see. And folks, I have plenty of this string. I'm just playing fucked up games. Oh, and it's Thursday. Oh, the Find Out podcast is out. Okay, so I'm ending this piece of string and I'm going to end this line on a new piece of string. But that doesn't matter because I still have 200 more stitches of this color in this row. So last stitch of the day. Actually, always works out. I've learned that it always works out. When I say I'm going to end it after this, it always gets close to noon. Okay, so we started off today at 9.92% with the goal of hitting 10%. We got to 10.07%, and we have crying dogs. We did 443 stitches, and I'm more than pleased. Tomorrow, 10 to noon, we're gonna work on call dance a little bit, see where we can get there. We're not gonna hit 5% on stream tomorrow. Just not happening. But I am going to keep him on the hoop or on the bars so that I can pick away and get to 5%, hopefully by the end of the year. Oh my goodness. So thank you for the gift of your time. Drink your water, take your meds. Be kind to yourself without harming others, and be kind to others without harming yourself. I love you all very much. Your time means a lot to me.